Well, fuck me, haven't we got some drama with this episode of Super? Because both sides going at it, and it's all because of a wee few little things to do with the Saiyan women of Universe 6. I mean, just to get into it already, because I think a lot of this video is just going to be talking about how much of this, like, on both sides is just insane because of, like, all the drama. But let's explain what really is the issue with it. So, with the recent episodes of Dragon Ball Super, we've been seeing the Saiyan women, Caulifla and Kale, going at it with Goku, and I think a lot of people have been having issue with these Saiyan women, and not only just that, Kappa as well, is the way that they've been getting Super Saiyan transformations, and that they've been keeping up with Goku. Although these are characters that haven't had the years real of training like Goku or the rest of the characters did to attain these Super Saiyan forms, and that's the problem where it's like, oh, in Z they had to earn their Super Saiyan transformations, whilst in Super it's just, oh, it's just a tingle in the back. Whoosh, I'm a Super Saiyan now. Whoosh, I'm a Super Saiyan 2 now. And this is all happening in a tournament that isn't even an hour long, so it's feeling rushed, it's feeling non-earned, and this is the problem coming from like the people that are completely hating Super. And not to mention as well, one thing that actually has pissed me off is the bending of the rules with the tournament. You can't use items, oh, you can't fly, but you kind of can do. Like, that's the thing that's been annoying me when they've just been outright lying or just saying, no, they can pull it. Because in the current episode, they pull out Potara earrings, which I guess counts as an item, and they use it to fuse one another, and whether or not that actually kind of counts, but unfortunately the whole thing about that is like what we kind of saw with like Roshi when he was fighting an opponent, where unfortunately if Zeno finds it cool, then he'll allow it. So basically it's like, it's alright if it's cool shit though, then they'll just allow it, but if it's some boring lame shit, nah. Like, if anything, like, what they should just do is just have Goku flip the bean, do a fucking couple and juggling acts, huh? Isn't that good? Alright, I'm good as new. And the problem, more especially with this, like, when we're talking about power levels, is Kale was releasing this legendary Super Saiyan Totally Not Broly transformation, and you saw immediately there Jiren was like flinching a bit. He was like there like reacting to the power level, where it's like, hang on a second, there's someone there who's on that power level, and it's not deserved as the characters are. However though, when we come to the other side, Z had this as well. Like, I'm not talking about where it took a legendary prophecy for Goku. I'm not talking about like Gohan as well. It's about there is training, and there is like the hyperbolic time chamber. The problem is later DBZ, even as well during the Cell Saga, where just Vegeta just got Super Saiyan. It was like never really explained. He's just like, yeah, just like, I just got it after like just pure determination and hate. Like, it was through that, and not to mention as well, like from what we got to see, like it made sense in the history of Trunks stuff or what he went through, but like especially the main two candidates of this are Trunks and Gotenks, like from what we got to see from this, because they were able to achieve a Super Saiyan 3, something that Goku had to train whilst he was dead without no body to attain this form, not even Super Saiyan 2, and they're just able to do it? It's complete fucking madness. Like, they're able to like, oh, Super Saiyan 1, it's just, and that's the thing where like, the more generations are spanned, like every saga of Dragon Ball, Super Saiyan just became this just nothing thing. It's like you're born with it. Like you just happen to have this ability. I wasn't surprised when fucking Pan came out, she wasn't immediately blonde. I was not like, honestly, I was like, oh, this is how easy Super Saiyans are. I get like, after this point and all that in the genes, it's just that easy to do with it. And that's the problem with Kale and Kaifa. And don't make me wrong, I do enjoy these characters, I really do, but it is annoying, because it's like, it feels like they didn't earn it. They feel like they just, oh, here you go, here's a free pass and all that. And unfortunately, as I've always said with this show, it is a show that you cannot take fully seriously. it is not a masterful written piece of art. We're not talking like comparing this to Berserk, and the only reason that this is only being complained now is because nowadays this is kind of unacceptable, where it's like a lot more people kind of expect more from like anime, which in the end of the day it's a form of fucking entertainment, and it's meant for a younger audience. I feel like no matter what, like if anyone can deny, is like I feel like Dragon Ball is kind of past like the age grammic, like what a lot of people were watching Z back in the day. A lot of people that were watching Z were around about 12 to maybe 16, around about that age. We're talking about people here who I'm going like here and all that. I am 23 right now. I think Dragon Ball's entire seriousness, and also as well trying to take it serious with the slides, I think is a little bit past that age demographic. I still watch it because I'm a fan of the show, and that's the problem there. Like, I feel like at this point you can't take it seriously, but you can still enjoy it as a mean of entertainment. And I hate to say that because I actually think like the direction of this episode, not to mention some of the animation, it's like you completely turn off everything about the whole cauliflower and kale stuff and like Kefla. Like, it's a really nice animated fight, and I really like. I'm not gonna lie, when fucking like you gotta see like Kale holding Goku back, and like Cauliflower's there like doing some boxing moves. She's like ducking and weaving, and, like punching Goku in the gut. I love that stuff. But the fact that like already Goku has had to go into Super Saiyan God, they're like, well, there you go. It's just unjust. Like, I understand it from both sides, but it's just like, it's like coming from bias from like the Z fandom, and I love Z. I absolutely adore Z, and don't get me wrong, Super's got so many problems, and I think Super has a lot more problems than what Z did, but you have to acknowledge both of them, and like, the problem is that I feel like Dragon Ball gets a pass because of the name. It's Dragon Ball. It gets a free pass because it was the daddy of shonen. It was the thing that like popularized action series. But there have been other things later on, like we've had with like Hunter x Hunter, where we've had like as well with a lot more of the big three, like One Piece. Like they specialize more in that, like My Hero Academia, JoJo. All of these shonens here that like they saw the blueprints and they worked on the blueprints. It's not where Dragon Ball, where it hasn't changed for all these years. It's still doing the same things it did all the way back in the day with Dragon Ball. Like, it's just how it is. In the day, like, all I saw from this episode when I was looking at Kale and Cauliflower, when I was turning my brain off, I was like, man, these guys and all that, they're going to be enjoyable if, like, if they make it into the new game. If they, like, make it into the new game, like, I would love that, but I was thinking more, like, should they be as, like, a group character, like how, like, what we get to see with 17 and 18? I would kind of like that if they did that, and then their level 3 is maybe the fusion or something. Like, that's all I'm saying. And another thing as well, unfortunately, is why do you think they have all these transformations? Why do you think they have all this stuff? Is to sell toys, merchandise, for like all the stuff. It's a giant ad. Like, it's the same point I treat Super like I treat Yu-Gi-Oh! It is a blatant advert for the rest of the franchise, for the rest of the figures that can come out from this, the rest of their games. Like, the people that like who make the games like Bandai, they're probably fucking jacking off to thinking about this. How many forms can we have for Kale and Cauliflower? Here's another 6. Oh my god. And that's why Dragon Ball games were so fucking stale for the longest time, because we didn't have anything brand new. So it's like, that's unfortunately the truth, I feel. Like, it's either one or the other. And like, as much as I would love to come into like Super and say, oh man, like that it's still got the high action from what we get to see from Z, but also as well it has some actual good writing from it, and that's not the truth. And mind you, I'm fine with that. I am fine with not every show being a ring. I enjoy my Berserks, but this is the same motherfucker here who can turn his fucking brain off and enjoy shit like Fairy Tail, that can enjoy the fucking trash fire of SEO that went down. Like, I can enjoy those kind of shows for what they are, like that, and I feel like that's just how it is, but it's such a big brand name title, and people just cannot let go of those sparkling days of Z as they were watching it. Trust me, I know. Fucking Vegeta doing the final flash against Cell will always remain one of my favorite moments. Like, Vegeta is still one of my favorite characters of that anime, just saying. He has amazing moments. but I'm pretty sure if I rewatch Z, not a lot of it would hold up in my eyes. Like, it's been many years since I've rewatched all of Z again. I rewatched clips and movies, but trust me, like, I understand. So, at the end of the day, I think both of the fandoms are, like, going a little bit crazy on both sides. Like, so I hate to be in the ground in the middle here, but I'm just stating what I personally feel about it. At the end of the day, I enjoy Super for what it is. And I think people should do it as well. If you don't enjoy Super, and then as I say it every time, and just don't fucking, like, watch it. I know some people are so integrated into their lives, but it's just like, if you really do not like the way that this show is particularly going for you, then I have no other recommendation than there are other shows that will meet the quotas that you want. Unfortunately, you just can't hand it under the name of Dragon Ball. You know, My Hero Academia, Hunter x Hunter. If you want more, just go to the Seinen franchise and all that. You've got amazing stuff going into there. Like, that's just how it is, unfortunately. And I would love it to be, but it just isn't. But let me know what you guys think of the artist down below. Like, I kind of was thinking just doing the episode review and talking about it, but I think like a discussion about it was a little bit more interesting. So overall, I think the episode with a brain turned off is fine. If you think about it though, it is a train wreck for the most part of just like shitting. I think it does shit on Z. It really does. Like, it shits on a lot of the characters where it was such a big thing becoming Super Saiyans. But now, you can have one. You can have one. They're like fucking Oprah. You have a Super Saiyan. You have a Super Saiyan. And you have a Super Saiyan. Like, that's just how it is. So, I mean, we're talking about one of the characters that is just a bona fide fucking female Broly as a little bit of fandom there. So, at the end of the day, I think I'm more excited just for the video games nowadays. Like, give me these girls and all that, the Dragon Ball Fighters. If they're DLC characters, that'd be awesome. But if anything, let me know and all that. And also, what do you think about Kefla and all that, like transformation? I'm not gonna lie, I like the cockiness of Kefla. Like, it seems to be a thing whenever you fuse, like when you got Vegito. It seems to be you're bona fide to be cocky whenever you're like that. But like, I doubt we're gonna be seeing the actual normal fusion. I don't think we're gonna see like the opposite version with like the fusion dance. Like, although that'd be interesting and pretty sure another way to sell toys and also stuff for the video games. But all from me, thank you as always for watching, and I'll see you guys though next time.